this pen, $2 or $2,000. It's the same pen, but there's one thing that differentiates it, and it's the emotions behind that pen. Almost every single small brand I see nowadays has no idea how to build it, how to build emotions behind your product. And it's the number one reason why your brand doesn't convert well. It's not your product, it's not your website, it's not your ads, right? Everyone's gonna tell you that. They're gonna sell you this, they're gonna sell you that, they're gonna try to sell a dream to you, right? But if your core foundations of your emotions in your brand aren't correct, fries. You're missing the single biggest lever there is. So by the end of this video, you're gonna see your whole brand differently. So if you're actually locked in and want to make a difference with your brand, watch the video, bro. So who am I? I mean, you might know, well, Shopify's bugging out right now, but I've done $1 million in sales. I started my first brand in August of 2024, and it took me 11 months to get to 100,000 in sales. I started my second brand with a completely different narrative, a different strategy, different systems, and in 30 days, I went from $0 to $100,000 in sales with the same starting capital. I did things very differently, and now not even a year later, I don't think, I've done over $1 million in sales, like 1.1, 1.2, something like that. This is one of the biggest things that I did differently. But I've also been like you, sitting at my desk, looking at fat zeros, wondering when things are going to change. I've had the shipping delays. I've had people hate me. I've had people love me. I've done it all right here. I've been in the lowest point many, many, many times. I'm not going to sell you a dream right now. I'm just going to tell you the systems that work for me and the systems that you're missing. Here's a roadmap. There's 3 things that you're missing. Everyone was taught to sell the same way, and it's killing your brand. The emotional ladder that everybody climbs, every single human. You're not different. Your customer's not different. They're all made the same. Their brain made the same. Maybe one's is bigger, one's smarter, one's dumber. But they all have emotions, and they climb them the same way. It might not make sense right now, but by the end of the video, you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. The third thing is how to actually build out this funnel so it matches your marketing funnel and not just throwing emotions out through the window, throwing them at the customer, because that's what a lot of you guys are doing, and clearly it does not work, right? Let's go back to this pen, right? We all know the scene. You could probably finish a sentence right now. The question is, sell me this pen. And the slick answer is, can you sign this piece of paper for me? Whatever like that. Oh, well, I don't have a pen. Oh, well, now you do. I'll sell it to you. Bam. Make a problem. Whatever. Provide the solution. Right? Show the problem. Provide the solution. Easy, right? And that's not wrong, right? Obviously, everybody does it. Almost every successful business has found a problem, sold a solution. But that's for a pen, right? A tool. Something you need. Something that has a problem. Sells a solution. Problem solution selling works great when there is a problem. But here's where this falls apart. Nobody needs your hoodie. All right, there's a cool graphic on it. It's different graphic than the other 50 brands that have sold graphic hoodies. It's not a problem. Nobody wakes up and there's like, oh, there's not enough hoodies. There's not enough brands that are selling shirts that are distressed. Oh, there's not enough bootcut denim, whatever the hell, right? Nobody's walking around with a hoodie-shaped problem. You cannot problem solution your way into sales, into, more importantly, an identity. If you're trying to sell your basic retail hoodie the way that people start trying to sell this pen, then you're already going down the wrong path. But it's okay. We'll fix it. So I've said a lot about what's wrong, right? But I haven't said about anything that's right. Give me one moment. Let's take, this is not a pen, right? But I don't have that many pens. Imagine I told you the same person I tried to sell this pen to used this pen, marker, whatever, to sign their marriage papers with. The biggest day of their life, the happiest day, the day that they felt the most love in the world. Suddenly, this is not a $2 pen just like the other one, right? Because this one, they need it for a moment just to sign the paper. For this one, they're going to keep it the rest of their life, and every time they look back at this pen, they'll remember that day. They would pay a lot more for that pen than this stupid pen that they need to sign 1 minute with, right? Somebody would pay a fortune for it, and it wouldn't even cross their mind. That's why when you go to the club, right, on your birthday, you're a lot more inclined to spend $1,000 on a bottle versus when you're at home, you're not going to pay $1,000 for a bottle to drink by yourself in your living room with your brother on a random day, you know? So nothing really about this object actually changed. Like, we could just assume they're the same pen, but the context around it did, and how you sold it did. More importantly, the meaning and the emotions did. That is the lever. That's the shift that you need. You're not selling the thing, but what the thing means. And I see a lot of you trying to do that. You're on the right path. But for my second point, I'm going to show you why the hell you're doing it all wrong. So don't just think, oh, I'm just going to throw emotions at these people and it's all going to be great and magic and I'll sell these hoodies, right? Because that's what I see everybody doing, right? Oh, this is the meaning behind my hoodie. I made this hoodie because I love you and I want to, whatever. Shut up. It's horrible, horrible. All right, so why doesn't throwing emotions at people work, especially what I see many people do? Love, right? Because we're treating all emotions equally. How many times in your life have you felt true love, right? Love at first sight, maybe once, maybe with your family, maybe with your wife when you met her on your wedding day or something, whatever. Maybe with your girlfriend, right? Your family, your siblings, your best friend in the whole wide world. A handful of times you've felt true love. How many times have you felt humor? Probably 10 times today, probably 30 times yesterday, 40 times the day before, thousands and thousands of times. You laugh every single time you scroll, right? So stop treating them as equal. It makes no sense. They're not equal. Stop treating them, right? It's like this, bro. Imagine this. Another example. What will make a girl fall in love? You meet her at a bar and you get with her. And you tell her you love her that night. What, bro? Like, that's the type of thing that you see in the movies and you just cringe. You're like, what? You just met her and you're saying you love her already? That makes no sense, right? Versus, you meet a girl, you make a joke, right? You guys go on a date. She's like, damn, this guy's cool. A few weeks later, you buy her flowers. You keep on showing her emotions and then you build it up. And then a few weeks later, you're like, I love you. And then she's like, I love you too. Which one's more likely for the girl to like you back? To love you back? Which one's more likely for the girl to love you back? A lot of you will say the second one because that's true. But a lot of you, almost all of you, have been acting on the first one. You're trying to one-night stand your customers. And that's fries, bro. So the real question is, how much of a relationship do you need to have with your viewers, with your customers, with your followers before the emotion's even possible? Humor, you need none. Curiosity or surprise, you need none. So we start out with those. Everybody knows about your marketing funnel, top funnel, bottom funnel, middle funnel, whatever. Middle funnel, bottom funnel, right? It's like this. We'll draw it. Bam. Here. We have the triangle. Horribly drawn. Bam. Here, up here, is your least engaged. Here are your fans. Here are your biggest customers. What separates these? Context. Context. Brand context. So we start out with this guy. And we're going to see, all right, how can we take him from not even in this funnel to at least the first stage? They have to see us. They have to see us at least once, right? So we post a video, a funny skit, a funny video, right? And boom, they're in here. John, he saw your video once, he laughed. Bam, he followed you maybe. Maybe he didn't. Doesn't matter, because he's seen you. That's all that's important. A few weeks later, he sees another video. He sees your clothes and how cool you are. Bam, John is here. His eyes open. He's like, wow, this guy's cool. I want to be like him. This brand, right? A few weeks later, he sees another video. A video of you actually showing love to him, right? For what? Make it yourself. Who knows, right? Now, John has hearts all around him. Imagine, though, you try to do the opposite. We start out here. You make a video to a person that's never seen you before, and you're like, John, I love you. John's like, what the hell? I'm leaving. I'm out of this, John. That's funny. I didn't even find that. Do you see what I'm saying? It makes no sense. So you have to build out your emotional funnel just as you build out your marketing funnel. Most views, least amount of context required. A little bit more context, less views. A bunch of context needed, not as many views, right? It's all important in the funnel. If you don't know what the funnel is, do your research, right? Line those up and you get a ladder. Humor at the bottom, envy in the middle, love at the top. Your viewer has to climb the ladder, right? They have to put effort until they get to the top, to where they feel the love, right? This is just an example of how my funnel works, right? We start them off with humor, get them in. We reel them in with humor, funny joke, cool personality in the video, right? Then they show envy or aspiration, right? Oh, this guy's cool. He's young, he has his own brand, he dresses cool, he's made a lot of sales, right? I want to be like him. Maybe they don't think that, but that's the goal. Boom, they're closer to you. Then, love. The most expensive and the most rewarding. What would you do for somebody that you love? Anything. What would you do for somebody who makes you laugh once? Not much. So if that's the way that humans climb the emotional ladder, why do brands, and why do you especially, build it in the completely wrong order? I don't know. And let me show you the 2 ways why this kills you. Your marketing funnel has a thermometer on it, right? We all know about this. Cold audience, warm audience, hot audience, or whatever. Pause. Strangers at the bottom, they're cold. Warm in the middle, you know, they kind of know you. Hot at the top, they're in. They're your biggest customers. They're your ultra fans. It's just so simple. Match the emotion on how easy it is to convey to the temperature. Why is it that hard? Cheapest emotions at the bottom, easiest to spark. Most expensive at the hot. Simple. Here's the first death a lot of people have with this idea. They don't climb the ladder, right? Because there is no ladder. You start at humor, and you keep on going to humor, and your humor, your brand's all fun and games, right? It's just like, oh, cool skits, all discounts, all link in bio, just trying to convert off humor. You might go viral. There's so many brands. I don't want to name drop anybody, but there's people that get millions and millions and millions of views and don't convert at all. Why? Because they're still on level 1. They've only climbed up to humor. And humor doesn't convert that well. Humor gets eyeballs very well, which is why you want it at the top of the funnel. They never build any envy. They never build any love. They never build any belonging, right? None of those 3 have been built. It's just humor, and they're relying on that to be enough, and it's not. And it's been seen, right? Go look at a brand that just makes funny content, that gets millions of views, and see how well they convert. Not as well as me. Point being, build your fucking funnel. They never build love, so there's no loyalty. There's no margin. There's no cult. You're literally just renting the attention. You're renting the attention from the algorithm. You're like, oh, can I have this guy's attention? And never doing anything with it. Does that make sense? It leaves the second there's somebody funnier or cheaper. There's no loyalty. Loyalty and love play hand in hand. If you really love somebody, you'll be loyal. The second death is the exact opposite. And a lot of good brands, great brands make it. And it's why they're very artsy, very cool, you look at them and you're like, wow, what a great brand. I wonder why this brand doesn't get sales. It's because you open with your soul, your manifesto, your whole brand, your whole heart. The brand, there's a brand film, a crazy video, the deep story about how you did this and what this piece means. And it's fired straight at a stranger who doesn't know you. It's you're going back to the bar and you're going up to a stranger and she's hot and you're telling her I love you. She doesn't know you. Stop trying to make her fall in love with you before she even knows you. You're not that attractive. You're not that attractive. Get that through your head. Only a 10 out of 10 rocket, the most attractive person in the world, could do that. Maybe. This isn't a movie. You can't make a girl fall in love with you just by saying it. So, it's fired straight at a stranger. We said that. Why is that bad? It's beautiful, right? You're launching with your whole heart to somebody that doesn't even know you. The problem is it gets 4 likes, right? All this cool cinema, all this cool emotional brand, and it gets 4 likes. Why? Because you asked for the stranger's love on day 1, and shockingly, it's the most expensive emotion there is, and they didn't take it. They didn't engage with it. Shocker, why would anybody think else? So the fix isn't necessarily the content, but it's the content in the right order. It has to match, right? What are some examples of this? Humor, the relatable reels where you crack some jokes. The skits, oh, he's just like me, haha, this is funny, like you make fun of yourself or you make fun of somebody else. It's what gets the reach. Another easy emotion to spark is anger, right? All this rage bait content, which is good for views, bad for your brand. You don't want to make people hate you. I mean, works. Rage bait content is what, 90% of the internet now, like where everything is just rage bait, right? It works, and that's why it's so powerful, because people get mad at everything. When they get mad, they comment, they share, whatever. Y'all know the story. The first level is supposed to be light. It's not supposed to sell. Stop trying to sell every single time, right? I know you guys are hungry for orders, and you want orders so bad that you'll do everything. You'll put your freaking out now in every single video. What? Do you know how many times it takes somebody to watch your video before actually converting? No, you don't know that. You don't know that, right? And the average is 7 to 12 times. 7 to 12 times. So you're trying to sell people on the first time they see you. Do you think you're better than the biggest brands in the world who have billions of dollars, who spend millions every day on ads? No. And stop trying to compete with them. You guys are playing a different game. Playing a different game, and you have to know that. You're never going to beat a billion-dollar corporation on professionality, right? But you're going to beat them in that emotional connection. What connection do you have with Zara? None. But what's your favorite brand? What emotional connection do you have with them? What emotional connection do you have with them? Probably one, right? So let's go back to the funnel. Line it up in order, please. For the love of freaking everything. This is not just an idea, a concept. This is exactly what I did to start V2. And this is why I was able to keep selling products from when I started, right, till now. Keep selling to your customers, right? Because you drive them deeper into this funnel. So now homework for you. Go look at your last 20 reels. If your last 20 reels is 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks, you suck. I'm sorry. I know it's a lot of my friends right now that are watching this video that haven't posted 20 reels in the past week, but if that's you, you kind of suck and you need to get that up. So go look at your last 20 reels and just ask one question per post. Just look at them and write it down. Write down what one emotion is most clear in this video. If there's none, just write an X, right? Fries, that video sucks. If they're all love, fries, it sucks. Look at those, look at all 20. Maybe do 40, maybe do 50, as many as you want. So you get a clear picture. And then see what temperature audience is this reaching. If all 20 are asking for the sale to somebody who's never seen you before, you're all bottom rung. Just add humor at the top. If you're all gorgeous films and no views, then you're asking strangers for love. Fix it. Map your content out for the 3 stages. Make them laugh, make them like you, make them love you. Not that hard. And don't skip. There's a big difference between this person makes me laugh and I die for this brand. You're missing the middle. Whatever the middle is your most probably differentiating factor. Right? Because everybody likes to start out with humor. Everybody likes to end out with love. Right? That's the goal. But what is the middle one that drives them to that? It doesn't have to be envy. It doesn't have to be aspiration. It could be something else. Just figure that out and stop screaming at your audience and instead make it in the video. Like, I don't know the words. I don't know that many words, right? But instead of saying a hoodie I made because I want you to envy me, right? Instead, show a video that would make somebody envy you, right? Stop screaming at emotions at it's like Love Island, bro. It's like Love Island, bro. That's why I don't watch that show, because they're all dumb. They're all like trying to force this connection. They're just talking about connection and connection over again, right? But they're not actually building one. And that's what you're doing. You make fun of Love Island, but you're on Brand Island right now. You're saying like, let's talk about this connection. Let's talk about emotions, but you're never actually sparking them. And that's the problem. You're not just building a funnel, but you're building the relationship. And relationships have an order. Whether you want to skip to the end or not, they have an order. The reason that marriage pen is worth a fortune isn't because of what happened after or what happened during the sale. It's about everything that happened before, right? The best brand in the world, what they would do, just an example, of course, this isn't necessarily possible or ethical, but they would force the couple to get married through like manipulation or whatever. Once they get married, they would sell them the pen. And you have to do something like that. Obviously, not like that, right? But if you get what I mean, then you got the information out of this video. So think about that. That's what you're building. That's your brand. It's not the products. It's the history and the journey that your viewer went on to be part of your community. Don't think adding them into a discount group chat is how to build a community. No, be the person different. Be the brand that's different. I know many people will watch this video and be like, oh yeah, that's true. Let me start throwing emotions at people and not understand this, right? But the few that actually understood this video will go implement it. And in a few months, in a few weeks, you'll see how they took their brand, right? And only changed that and scaled way, way higher than you. So unless you want to be the person that's watching, I suggest you take some action right now. Not tomorrow, right now, right? Right now when you're feeling low, you watch the video, oh, I'm so locked in. Just do it. Make them laugh. Make them look. Make them love. Make them hate. In order. Not jumbled up in a random order. Then really, that's all I have to say. Comment what else you want me to talk about. I think this was pretty valuable. If you got the information out of it. Yeah. So the reason I'm making this video is because I'm going to sell your course soon. So stay tuned. Bye-bye.